He's Bill Ryder, and he's righter than you.
The program Righter Than You, sometimes.
He's a fan.
I love sports so much.
He's in your face.
I will destroy those obnoxiously arrogant, clueless, tone-deaf superstars who are marginal players, good players, who made careers, who think they're Hall of Famers.
He's nice.
I promise, we're nice here.
He's humble.
I think I'm pretty good if you're on the show about admitting if I got it wrong.
Live from Los Angeles, here's Bill Ryder.
Happy Monday. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. Welcome into the podcast. We have
Breaking news.
little breaking news here on the show. Man, a lot going on. Tua Tagovailoa has been cut by the Miami Dolphins. A record, oh my God, it's nearly $100 million dead money cap hit, which is in fancy schmancy terminology, right? If I convert this, it's the Dolphins are morons and had no choice but to move on from a guy that can't play the quarterback position. And it creates a few interesting scenarios. And by the way, it is a bummer. Tommy and I, Tom's on the show today, Pretty Daddy, Tom DeCelestino, back when we were doing the radio show together, did the show during the sort of tour run where there were these green shoots of hope and optimism. Obviously, the concussions, which were incredibly serious, and the deterioration of his excellence and his level in the NFL. And so it's a sad story, first and foremost. It also creates a really interesting group of quarterbacks who are available, who have been moved on from, in an era where we're in the redemption reclamation project portion of NFL quarterback stories. See Sam Darnold, see Super Bowl champions, see what's going on across the National Football League. The Vikings, more than most teams, need a quarterback and have, we think, still maybe a head coach who's capable of pulling off some of those resurrections. Kyler Murray, really, really interesting. Geno Smith, less interesting. And now Tua Tagovailoa in the mix. It also reinforces a conversation that's 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 years old. It sort of spans that time. And in sports talk, in podcast sports talk, we don't do a good job. It's the immediate, right? What happened yesterday? We got to do the breaking news of just sort of going to 10,000 feet and reminding us of stories that maybe didn't play out the way that we thought, or maybe the show is Righter Than You. Maybe some of us thought that it would play out that way, and we'd like to take a little credit. I can remember having conversations about the catch-22 for the Dallas Cowboys and whether to pay Dak Prescott, and the catch-22 for the Arizona Cardinals and whether to pay Kyler Murray, and the catch-22 for the Miami Dolphins and whether to pay Tua Tagovailoa. And Tua's news and Kyler being out there and no longer a Cardinal, and the fact that Dak Prescott's basically in the news right now for reasons that, unfortunately, for his personal life, have nothing to do with football, although there are some funny and mean-spirited jokes about can't get close to a ring. If you get it, you get it. If you know, you know. But the fact that Dak hasn't accomplished anything with the Cowboys, I think if you go back a little bit, underscores that the requirement for a quarterback does not necessarily align with the requirement to throw money at quarterbacks who have upside when there's not a clear alternative. And I don't have a good answer for what the Cowboys would have done, or the Cardinals would have done, or the Dolphins would have done. What I do know is Miami's a perfect example right now, today, in this moment, that they have to pay nearly $100 million in dead money space on their cap. Now, they're going to officially move on from Tua at a time, June 1st, where they're able to split the $100 million, the $99 million, over 2 seasons. But it's still a massive, massive obstacle to building the kind of roster you want to be successful in the NFL. And so it means that the decision on Tua Tagovailoa is the exact same spot they would have been in if they'd never given him the money. By the way, he's just a year into his extension money, which is absolutely insane. We're just a year into the new money that he is now going to be paid. That is obviously guaranteed. Much of this is guaranteed. A lot of it is guaranteed. And the Dolphins are in the same spot they would have been if they hadn't paid Tua. And I'm not, by the way, I would not have come to the right conclusion on Tua Tagovailoa. I would have gotten it wrong. I wouldn't have paid Dak. Maybe that makes me crazy. I would not have paid Kyler Murray. I would have paid Tua. Fell in love with the memories of Alabama. I'm a lefty. He's a lefty. I know there was something about him that I thought could work, that I thought was possible. But the point is that sometimes you just have to understand that desperation doesn't get you love. Tom and I were just talking about this on #marriage, which is our code word for marriage is awesome, but challenging. Sort of what the code word's for.